And this is what God tells us. Look, if you make me your Lord, and Lord means ruler of, he said there's some privileges that you have. So we see that it says from danger. Watch this. I need you to think about this too. And I want you to put this inside the heart of your friend. Distress. You are saved from distress. Let the world stress out. Not you. Not you. You got, he says he will keep them in perfect peace whose mind is what? Stayed on who? On him. So I am saved from distress. He'll give me perfect peace. The key is when something comes in my mind that I don't like, what I got to do? Think about him. He will give you peace. Watch this. That surpasses all understanding. What did Shelley do? Guard your heart and your mind. This is one of the benefits of spending time in the presence of God. That when you do have a bad day or something comes at you, if you continue in what you've been doing when things were going good, you would try to think about what's going on that's bad. His peace will kick in, and you can't even think about it too long. What is he doing? Guarding your heart and your mind. And then you try to sit there because you master worrying and all that stuff. And you say, man, shoot, it just, man. And then he'll, what are you thinking about that? Let's think about this over here. Let's think about this over here. Let's think about this. Let's focus on this. And before you know it, time done went by, and you're like, man. And then somebody have to remind you, I don't see how you do it. How you do what? Shoot, if I was going through that, if my husband then went upside my head and the kids jumped in it, and then the dog even started biting me too, I don't see how I could have survived that. And you like, wow, that did happen to me, didn't it? That's a piece of God. And while other people who don't understand that, they think you're bothered by the thing they're bothered by, but they don't understand. You walking in the whole, I am saved from distress. So they're sitting there wrestling. They think you feel like them. You're like, no, I promise you, I'm cool. I am saved from distress. Enemies. I want you to hear this and hear this well. And we dealt with this on Joshua. Ladies and gentlemen, when you become God's, he will fight for you. This is what you got to understand. You can't, I know some of you, we talked about, maybe you had a fighting spirit on you like I used to have. This is what I come to recognize. Don't throw no more punches at nobody. You are saved from your enemies. Now, when people come against you, they don't understand that they are coming against God. Why? Because what we went over in Ezekiel, I listen to him and I speak on his behalf. If I do that, what am I doing? I am representing him. So now God takes it as if, even when you release a word, if a person don't receive it, he takes it as if not they're rejecting you, you're rejecting him. Now if a person approach you or they come up against you, he takes it as though, oh, you coming directly against me because they are my representative. I'm telling you. Now this is what I want you to understand. With maturity, you recognize the authority you have. You cannot wish or hope or pray bad stuff on people because they come against you. You need to pray for his mercy. This is what I also want to challenge you with. I do this. Lord, I pray that it's a seed sown toward their salvation. You can't have, I have a gun license and I can have a gun on me. But does that mean I need to start something with you? I can just be prepared that if you try to bring harm to me, I can defend myself. That's maturity. Immaturity, when I was a teenager and you had a gun, all of a sudden you felt indestructible. So now you want to start something with somebody. And they'll be looking at, what's up, homeboy? What? Then what the movie came out? Boys in the Hood. Everybody want to pull up their shirt. What's up? What's up? He said, he got a gun. You can tell he got a gun. He just mouthing off his little bit of self. He can't fight. He got a gun. But with maturity, I don't need to be running around, look, I got a gun. Don't mess with me. No, you sit back and say, well, I'm prepared to handle whatever comes. I hope for your sake you don't come over here with that. This is what you got to recognize. My wife brought this up today. Notice the hedge that Job had around him. The enemy said, I can't get to him because you got a hedge around him. Let me help you with something. It's okay to pray. Lord, I release the hedge around me and my house. I released the hedge around me. There's a hedge around you. You got to understand, only thing that comes in your life is what he allowed. This is what you also got to understand. Not everything that comes against you comes into your life. So there's stuff that the enemy is sending against you, you don't even see. It's only what get through is what he allowed. And when he allowed to get through, it's not getting through to destroy you. It's getting through to develop you. Not everything is getting through. Look at your neighbor and say, not everything is getting through. Everything is not getting through. Look at this. 16:1, yeah.
Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the sons of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men. And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princesses of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron.
Now, this is what look what happened. Who is the one to call to lead the children of Israel? Moses. Who did Moses have to aid him? Aaron. So let's say we're dealing with, let's say church, Moses, pastor, Aaron would be assistant pastor. They're leading. This guy Korah comes in. Notice what he does. He draws a group of people with him. 250 in number. Not just anybody. But notice who he gets. Those who were famous in the congregation. Men of renown. So they had a name. So Korah knew, if I get these men to follow, they got influence. Now I can push my agenda. So you also understand that as you go throughout your jobs, your home, that one of the characteristics of the spirit of Korah is that they do not, their intention is they are led by the enemy and they're seeking to usurp authority. But this is one thing you need to recognize. They will not go to the authority themselves. They got to gather other people with them. Notice he had an issue with Moses and Aaron, but he went and got these other folks first. The conversation he should have been having with Moses and Aaron, he's having with other folks. Now he's talking to men who are renowned, who are famous, who also have influence. So if I'm talking to these 250 men, they're going home talking to people. They're going home talking to people. So he's actually indirectly leading thousands by getting a hold to these 250. But this is what's amazing. How can he get 250 who are close to the leadership? One of the characteristics of the spirit of Korah is murmuring and complaining against leadership. You got to be careful, ladies and gentlemen. You could be ushering, and if a Kira asks you to do something, be careful when you just having a sidebar conversation with somebody else about what side you want to usher on, and she didn't let you usher on. I'm telling you what spirit is in operation. Amen. So when there's murmuring against leadership, this is what you got to understand too. God appointed leadership. You enter in a dangerous place. For some strange reason, we think God's just going to overlook that stuff. Watch this. Keep going. So they brought them before, and they gathered themselves together. Notice, it didn't say they came to rectify. God saw it as they gathered themselves together against Moses and Aaron. Okay.
And said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord.
Now he says, because y'all doing too much. Look at this. There's nothing wrong with telling leadership, let me help you with what you're doing. The problem is his intentions was perverted. And he's coming as if he's concerned, but in actuality he's trying to take over.
And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face.
Look at this. Moses discerned what was happening.
Come on now.
He didn't even say nothing to Korah. He didn't say nothing to the 250. He didn't say nothing to the people they had influence. Immediately he said, oh my God. Y'all don't know what y'all messing with. Why? Because he is saved from enemies. Watch this. As long as they were submitted, he was leading them. They were sheep. But the minute they came against him, they became an enemy.
That's good.
You say goats. Goats are stubborn. They do their own thing. Sheep just don't know better. Goats, on the other hand, they produce milk. You can't have goat milk.